Same deal with Aja and the Udyr. He can take his pick of, strong Udyr counters. Maybe more of a scaling counter, the TF.
Yeah, but you don't suffer in lane early, which is like, if you're not hard winning your lane as Udyr early game or hard winning the map,
yeah, you're just
then
losing.
You're just playing Udyr in team fights.
It's been a while since we've seen the Udyr.
Yeah, have we even seen it since the incident?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen it since that either. I don't think we saw it all of Stage 1. I'm pretty sure we didn't see a single game of it. But maybe BYG just wanting to take it so Aja can't. But
Yeah,
still,
that's true.
Maybe Driver didn't really have anything prepared after the Gragas was taken out that can match the Udyr, and we've already seen if Aja has a game where Udyr is good, then he will be able to just do magnificent
it was
things.
banned in the first 2 games.
Yeah.
First rotation by Beyond. So they are rightfully fearful of the Aja Udyr.
Oh, I hate this sound.
Yeah.
And thus, when I'm playing Nico, I get my thing on the minion once and we leave her like that.
Oh, PSG bot lane. I mean,
Level 1 Alistair?
Yeah.
We're not killing anyone here, but we are winning the trade.
Zeri level 1's a lot stronger than Smolder.
Oh, yeah.
Just having lethal tempo will do that.
Okay, bone plating. Gonna deny a bit of that damage. Crash down even coming through, but a nice knock up on that pulverize. Ari versus Nico.
Yeah, we expect Nico to have prio in the lane, right?
Oh, yeah.
Win some trades, land a lot of poke onto the Ari. And nothing is happening in this top lane anytime soon.
Ari doesn't care what card he gets, he's just throwing him out.
Grass proc for Driver. Nice little auto reset for the Twisted Fate. And, I mean, nothing's going to be happening except in mid lane, really. Bot lane's just going to be trading CS. Top lane's going to be trading CS. I mean, ideally, as the Udyr, you're invading enemy jungle a bit.
Yeah, I don't know who to get prio, though.
Yeah.
Maybe you can get prio whenever you have your empowered passive, whatever it's called up. But until then, Twisted Fate, he's never really in fear of the Udyr.
What he is mid.
Alright, we cooking.
Uh-oh. He might get 116's flash here. But he is being spam pinged on.
Yeah, what?
So they
Nice
definitely
awareness.
know. Yeah. Yeah, we've seen a lot of games just snowballed off of a random support running mid. Feng's going to appreciate, being able to just sit in the lane in the absence of an Alistair. Oh, Maple has dodged 3 Nico Qs in the time we've been looking at this lane.
Beast. Hujo, not much to do. He's going to look for that recall. Now, PSG in their last 2 games did get the Dragon at the 6-minute mark. We'll see if they're able to do it again, but a little bit weaker lanes this game.
Yeah, and you shouldn't really have prio mid either. So it's probably not going to be as quick of a Dragon unless something disastrous happens on Beyond's side.
About a year ago now, nerfed to Zeri's Q range, meaning she's not actually in range to auto-attack that Rel in that instance.
Yeah, I haven't been able to play the champ since.
True, you have to play better.
Yeah. Yeah, I was having a great time abusing Zeri.
Hey, you made it to Master pretty much as soon as the release, right? And then you changed to a Maokai support one trick.
Yeah, that was fun. This was... I'm not abusing the current state of Maokai.
Yeah, it was AP.
If anyone's wondering, I was full AP Maokai support.
He's having a pretty good time for himself up here. Driver, though, he's actually ahead in CS, assuming he gets this wave, which you have to feel like he will as the Udyr.
Yeah, he may look low, but don't be fooled. He's not really under any threat of dying.
This is going to have to recall, does have the teleport, so he should feel fine. We'll see if wild cards can come out of Aja to find the recall start.
He doesn't have a point in it.
Oh, beast.
Just WE Emax. Trade for PSG's bot lane looks okay, but you let Feng get a lot of stacks when you go for those.
And Void Grubs for BYG. I mean, definitely a slower start in comparison to our last 2 games, and not overly surprising.
Yeah,
literally just based on what bot lane champs have been locked in.
Yeah, considering the champs in these bot lanes, and
although
seeing why PSG were trading heavily because they want to set up this gank for Junjia.
He's not going to be able to find it, but he is going to deny Feng all of these minions, which is honestly just as good.
And Maple's here too, level 6 on the Ahri. Stage2 has to be careful.
Oh, they don't know that Woody... Oh, nice flash from Maple, but they are going to catch out Woody. Pulverize isn't going to be enough, and all of a sudden it's first blood going over to the side of BYG. Feng very low. Junjia in the midst of absolutely everything, and Betty claims 1 kill. Maple claims another. He gets a reset, but he's out of mana, and now Betty and Maple, they're trying to auto-attack them down, as does Ahri. It's not going to be good enough. One more auto might do it, but they're not going to find it. Sonic Wave luckily will go wide, but it is 3-2 in favor there of BYG. Smolder not picking up any, but Hoosier off to a fantastic start as the Lee Sin.
Yeah, and 8 people using their flashes in that fight ends up being slightly winning for Beyond. It's really disappointing that your Smolder went down while that wave was happening, though.
Ooh.
Oh, and this was a... Okay, so this was a flash engage. We only caught the tail end. We thought Woody had maybe just comboed onto Feng, but he trades flashes there just in time for Junjia to show up. And this fight would have been disastrous if Betty had, you know, more HP on him, oh, sorry, Feng had more HP on him and his flash up. And 116 just doesn't catch Maple. Maple responds with a flash. Rel crashdown being interrupted by Ali was pretty insignificant. And Maple getting the resets was the big thing here that allowed them to pick up the kills that they did.
Yeah, 0 mana, level 4.
Yeah, because otherwise he's just on the Ahri as well, without the ult resets.
Back to live, and it's going to be Dragon picked up somehow from PSG, and it looks like this fight's breaking out. Junjia gets the kill, gets the triumph, gets the reset. Feng, flap, flap, flap. 116 does land with the Q, but it's not going to be enough damage. And Maple, he's nearly got Spirit Rush. It looks like no more follow-up. It is just that 1 kill going over.
Yeah, Husha wasn't there, and Beyond actually chose to engage. That Stage2 goes down on the Rel without them being able to trade back onto Junjia. Husha is level 6 now, and if he finds Junjia, he's certainly dead, but worried about the collapse from the enemy bot lane. Big CS lead for 1016.
Yeah, again, second game this series now that he's found himself with a sizable CS lead. It is obviously him with the favorable side of every matchup.
Yeah, so Husha's nowhere near this fight. Neither is Ahri, I guess, but I mean, I think the Smolder just never manages to get anywhere near the Xin, and the Nico just doesn't have the consistent damage that can take out the Xin. So Betty being able to hit there and Feng not is what kind of decides that fight. It does end up being a 3v3, but favoring PSG, bit better positioning.
Yeah, Betty kind of just marking Feng.
Yeah, while getting damage out on the Rel, right? And ooh, Maple lands a big chunk onto 116, probably going to lose Husha this blue buff.
Woody in the area, Junjia coming around. Blue buff is quite low, but it doesn't look like Junjia will get in range. Yes, he will, and yoink! That'll be his.
Dude, that is so frustrating as a jungler, and I mean, there's nothing you can do about this as Beyond.
All teleport coming through, but so is that Pop Blossom, and it lands. It's on to RJ. The tower, however, is not, as Maple did manage to tank that one up. Resonating Strike, Sonic Wave, everything from the Lee Sin. Woody 1 HP, Aftershock proc. Nice ultimate from Junjia, trying to save Woody on the Alistair. RJ as well, he's in the area. 1 knock up here, 1 stun card, and RJ is off the ground. Fantastic Destiny finds himself all the gold in the world he could possibly want.
Yeah, and as predicted, as soon as you TP on top of this Ahri, she can follow up on any of your goes as the Twisted Fate so easily, and Stage2 does try to get in front of 1116 there and block the charm, but doesn't quite get there in time. Husha uses everything on Woody, and Woody limps away. Some nice peel by Junjia. In the meantime, Betty has a 30 CS lead and just backed for a static shiv.
Yeah, Betty should be feeling pretty comfortable now. Be good to see how many stacks Feng's at, but I don't imagine it's all that impressive.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be super behind or anything. Did lose a massive wave on that one play in the bot lane. But otherwise, it's just been farming pretty freely.
Yeah, he's done a lot of gold though. So even if he does have a respectable amount of stacks, I think the problem is you kind of do need items with it.
Yeah, you want to at least have 2.
Yeah,
and you really come online once you get the rapid fire as well, which is usually 3rd.
Unless you're Betty, in which case it's often 2nd.
Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense, especially when you get stacks on the smolder as quickly as Betty does.
Yeah, you do lose out on a bit of damage, but you kind of make up for it in the safety of the damage you do get out.
Yeah.
You're not likely to have a whole lot of downtime, whereas with the Spear Shojin, which is what we typically see,
yeah, it does a lot more
doing more damage each time you do it, and you get more opportunities to throw them in terms of cooldowns, but you have less safety when doing it, and so you have to pick your times a lot better.
Woody is almost an entire level up, by the way. If he goes and catches one wave bot, he is 6. Stage2 is going to take a long time to get 6. He's just barely level 5.
Yeah, and Udyr is doing well in CS, but the problem is you are now just Udyr past the early stage of the game, and you haven't really found anything. So,
yeah. And after that dive mid, Maple's evened up the CS, so...
Yeah, I don't know what Udyr is ever doing into a Zeri, so...
Oh, yeah. Just walking at her, slowly going down.
Allowing her to continue having the ult up. Cole nearly done as well for Betty, so he's going to be feeling pretty good about himself. Oh, RJ.
Yeah, and this is before TF even has his first item.
Now, we've seen Maple as well as RJ play the TF, so maybe they could pull it out early on in a draft and it doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Yeah. I mean, it is so strong because it's a flex pick. But it is way more often going top.
Oh my god.
Driver does have TP, so this should be fine. Doesn't get his recall interrupted and can just TP back up to top, but meanwhile, Aja has his ulti on the TF, and how do you ever contest this dragon now? This TF can walk, halfway down river and ulti to it.
Driver teleports back top. He's full health, full mana, but...
Yeah, but it means you're giving up the dragon 100% of the time.
Yeah, 13 minutes in, teleport coming through. It's going to be matched, and I think 116 has found himself at a humongous flank.
Yeah,
see if PSG realize it. 116 definitely sneaked himself at least into that bush. Nice flash from Benny, but he still gets caught out by the Pot Blossom. Through comes Mum as well. That's a lot of ultimates used, and RJ's arrived down in the bot lane. We've stunned up 116. He's going to be going down. The Miniko had no ultimate, so maybe not the most impactful kill, but Stage2 now going down as well. Driver has arrived to the play just from walking from top side. He gets charmed up. Is going to get stunned up after the knock up through Woody, and he is sprinting, but RJ's sprinting just that much quicker. One more auto would do it. Not from Maple, though, as the Orbit Deception Flash finds it. Maple claiming himself yet another, and despite the early death from Betty, it's coming up PSG yet again.
Yeah, Beyond find a really nice play onto Betty, but it's the TP advantage in the top lane. Aja has so much tempo, he gets a recall off and just runs to the dragon fight, can Twisted Fate ult in, while Driver's running the whole way from top lane. And I'm surprised they contested the dragon with the state of the top lane TPs. And they get punished for it. And yeah, it was a really nice go onto Betty. They get his flash and his cleanse and still manage to kill him. They do lose 2 of their flashes, but that should usually be the fight won for you. The problem is Aja has so much tempo in this fight. He's here a good 5 seconds at least before the Udyr. Udyr is still walking down from mid.
And Stage2 even gets the kill.
Yeah, Aja sets up the kill onto 1116, and then for the rest of this fight, Driver's only getting here now, and then Aja zones out the Smolder for the rest of the fight, and these tanks with no DPS threat behind them just end up, being punching bags.
Does get the flash from Maple. Yeah, he would have got out otherwise, but...
Yeah, look at the item difference in the top lane as well.
Yeah, 2 plates. Honestly, even in CS, but each CS means a lot more for TF than it does for the Udyr. Woody kicked away. Oh, Sonic Wave won't connect, so...
Yeah, I don't think he was ever following it, so...
Nah, there is just Unbreakable will available anyway. He was never getting that kill.
Yeah, just disengaging, so 3k gold lead now for PSG. They do still have to push the pace of the game.
Oh! 4-6 playing very intelligently, and that's going to be a kill over to RJ.
No, that was so dirty from 1116. He runs up the lane like it's a Nico clone, and then does the recall thing, but it was the real Nico all along.
That was really well played.
Yeah, that was genius. We have not seen that.
Oh, but Feng, what can he do? He's got flash, he's got cleanse, he's got flap. He's going to get out.
Yep. Mid tower going down is a big deal.
Bitty! Jesus.
God.
No ult available for Feng.
Yeah, that was almost a disaster. And mid tower going down, it is just, you know, someone can breathe on it and it'll go down. Maple.
Oh, that's the charm.
Okay.
Orbit Deception dodged out of.
Oh, no ult for Maple anyway.
Yeah, ult Junjie. Is he going to pop the ult?
Yeah, gets
Nerves of
chunked.
Steel. I think I popped the ult immediately there. I panic. 100% of the time. Mid lane tower now getting pretty low. BYG may be able to pick it up after a near call, or near miss even, for PSG, but they won't. Go into a replay. I mean,
Yeah,
this was so
This
smart.
was genius, yeah. I mean, yeah. Ridiculously well played from 1116, and I mean, those are the kind of mind games you have to be good at if you're going to play the Nico, and he is probably our best Nico, right?
Him, Pretender. Maple's very good as well. We just haven't seen him play it a whole lot, this split.
Yeah. Maple, speaking of Maple, 4-0-3 on the Ahri.
Yeah, he's putting in a shift for sure.
He's getting it every game this series. It was a first pick Nico.
I mean, you see why.
Yeah, he was very good on the champ.
He just always seems to find himself behind the enemy team somehow. That time it was just running at them and pretending he wasn't him.
Yeah. Kusha's here to help Driver.
Yeah, Kraken is finished for Driver. Junjie has ult available. Teleport coming through. This will be Driver or 116. It's 116. Pop Blossom comes through. Woody does have that Unbreakable Will popped, and he has not taken all that much damage. Maple's found himself at the front line. Spirit Rush, he's going to go down. That's a shutdown, and it goes over to Smolder of all of the champs. Betty, he dives over the wall, but now he's in the front. Stun answered by a cleanse, and all of a sudden, disaster strikes as Maple goes far too far forward. No follow-up, and Feng. Shutdown for him.
Yeah, they're able to give the shutdown to the Smolder there. That will be massive in terms of catching him up for items. I think all that matters still is just how many stacks he's on. Go on,
Maybe.
click him.
Click him. Go on. You know you want to.
Click on the Smolder.
Come on. We're so close. But we are not yet there.
Yeah, all right, we'll find out later. He does at least have 125. You'd hope so at 18 minutes.
God, yeah.
Yeah. A nice go from Beyond. TP to the bot lane tower to protect it. I think Smolder would have liked to stay and get some of these stacks, but...
No, they're drivers. He has a Randuin's.
Yeah, no TPs on the side of Beyond means they're probably losing this top tower in the next play. 30 seconds on Dragon.
Oh, I like the Runans for Betty. There are
Yeah.
just so many close-range champs that are going to all be getting hit. I mean, yes, 116 is ranged, but he wants to get melee range of everyone to find the biggest pop blossom that is possible, and so that means Runan should be proccing pretty easily onto Driver, Husha, 116, as well as Stage2.
Yeah, I think it is always the build on Zeri that everyone goes for. I don't think it's always correct. But yeah, it does seem very good this game.
And we'll see if he goes for the Navori or if he goes for the IE. I feel like it has to be the IE just for that consistent damage. But maybe you can argue TF's there for it, but... Stun coming through onto Driver, and they're taking a little bit of his health. Forward goes Woody. What a decisive fight, and Pop Blossom lands, but it's only onto Junjie. Betty claims one kill. Betty claims another. Actually, it's going to be Maple and Archie that do. Feng's running, but Maple is running a hell of a lot faster, landing everything. He's not going to commit the flash. They're going to take Smolders and be fine with it. This Dragon going down now too will be the sole point for PSG. As what a trigger pull. Not letting 116 set up, not letting Feng get into position. And it's easy as that for PSG.
Yeah, that was all off Woody, landing a nice flash engage onto 1116, and you never want to be in that position as the Nico. You want to be counter-engage or engaging yourself rather than being engaged on. Feng manages to do a bunch of damage, but 1116 on the Nico just ults the Xin, and Xin can just push ulti in that situation and take no damage. Very nice.
Yeah, Woody's so quick with it.
And then 1116 actually gets ulted away by Junjie as well. And nice damage from Feng. He does manage to get out, but loses flash as well.
Yeah, I think he... Yeah. Actually, didn't lose cleanse, but...
Yeah, no charm hit him, but he is going to be missing that flash, especially if he finds himself alone with Maple again.
5-1-4 now, as you mentioned, Maple. Shield's not going to find all that much value. As 116 should be fine to just take that one out. He does have teleport available for himself, and there is a lot of wards around that topside river that potentially he could find himself at a nice flank with. We'll see how it goes, but he generally does manage to find some angle. Last fight being the only noticeable change from form.
Yeah, he has a TP, and speaking of, he's TP'd up into the Baron.
Oh, yeah, he is. Oh, disaster. They do get Ari ult, but it's traded for that Nico, and I'm not sure at this point whose is more impactful. Maybe Maple's because he's 5-1-4.
Yeah, he is very fed. Meanwhile, Aja going to pick up 700 gold and some change for the spot tower. Man, he really doesn't care what card he locks in.
Yeah, just lock it in, get that damage in. Doesn't matter as much, I think, when you are the AD. Obviously, depending on the situation.
Feng is on
someone.
188.
Okay, so we'll likely have it for the next Dragon fight.
Yeah. Can they hold on to Baron in the meantime is going to be the question.
Yeah, we saw DCG play so well around it, right? They did end up losing the game, but realizing that Smolder is like 20 stacks away from...
Yeah, they just hit Baron.
Yeah, they just went and took it. They did get it. They did end up losing that game, but...
No TP.
He is in the middle. Nice Magnet Storm, but he should be going down. Actually, he's flashed out. He's burning, though. He's burning, and Woody will get that kill with the Ignite. Now, Husha, he's in no man's land, but he claims that one. Too fast. It's a solo kill for the Zeri. All of a sudden, Junji is being the target, but he's taken out that Nico, and all of a sudden, PSG 5 for 0. Feng alive, 5k damage in the fight. But the only noticeable damage at all means PSG are able to win it cleanly. And now turn their attention towards this Baron. Low health bars though, and Driver and Feng may be able to look for something. Feng very low, CC and Moon here for Driver as he pops the Ghost. The Nos is popped, Feng very low. Woody looking for a flank. Woody with the Cinder is not going to commit to anything. They're just going to take this Baron and leave. Dragon, of course, main win con on the table, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But Baron going to help them take that a whole hell of a lot more.
Yeah, a bit scary for PSG there. They had very low health bars. Smolder no execute yet, and Udyr kind of useless at this point in the game. Just kind of ran at them intimidating, but Feng was too low to follow up. And at this point, Beyond are down TPs on both of their solo laners, but they're both in side lanes. So this is a very strong commit from PSG, 5v3. 1116 even shows up and uses his flash here onto Junjia. Ends up being a trade of flashes, but 1116 goes down as well. And yeah, that's the Baron pretty easily going to PSG after that.
Yeah, shield bow now for Betty on the Zeri. So he's lacking a bit of damage, but making a little bit of safety for himself. And
yeah, I don't think he needs all that much damage anyway, just because of how much damage this TF and Ari are doing.
Yeah, for sure. He did solo kill out Husha in that last fight too.
Yeah.
There's no assists in the middle of a fight. Only Betty taking him down. Oh, Magnet Storm onto 2. Spirit Rush used. Massive cook from Husha, and all of a sudden, the Smolder is online. That's 2 executes. Betty's just gone forward. Betty's gone forward, and Betty's found everything. It looked bad, but Betty will not go down without a fight. 3 down for for the side of B1 BYG. 116 Stage2 are alive. 116 recalling now. Bot lane inhib going down. Bot lane in shambles, and the Dragon spawning in 40 seconds. Are they able to hold on? They need the Smolder back.
Yeah, it looks
Betty
like,
with a turnaround.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like such a good engage onto Maple, but it turns out you can't use everything onto him and just leave Betty to get onto your Smolder like that.
What a turnaround.
Really impressive.
I want to see a replay of that.
I thought he was just suiciding.
In.
Yeah, I thought he was suiciding into the enemy team, but just one-shots Feng. This was such a nice go from Stage2 and Husha, though. Actually lands the Q onto the Xin, but finds the kick onto...
quick.
Yeah. And then it takes them a while to take out Junjia, but they barely take any damage doing it, and then Betty shows up and just instantly kills 2, ignoring Stage2 on 1 HP. He just knows he needs to take out the Smolder.
Yeah, that's Udyr and team fights at 25 minutes up against 3 item 80 carries. Dragon Soul on the cards, 116 teleporting in, but he's going to be marked now by Woody, as they did see this one. Not going to land the root. Driver's just dead. Through comes Mum, but it's too little too late. Nice cook from Husha means that Junji is not going to be able to continue going forward. And Feng has his work cut out for him now. This Dragon Soul not likely to be able to be stopped.
Yeah. Yeah, not much to do once your front line goes down.
Oh, Maple's teleporting. Everyone's running into the waiting arms of this Ari Feng. You have nowhere to go, pal. He has got a lot of damage, but the flap's going to be stopped. And all of a sudden, it's going to be the rest of the map most likely picked up here for PSG. 1 kill, 2 kill. This should be a 3rd kill as 116 trying to delay, but he's not going to delay for very long. It's now only the 2 Nexus towers that stand in PSG's way, and they should be finding game number 3 in fairly convincing fashion.
Yeah, even going for a couple kills in the fountain. No one is safe.
Driver ghosting out. He's going to get stunned up, and Betty's still here. Lightning crash. Through comes the Destiny, just to the other side of that Nexus, and RJ likely to pick himself up another. Ooh, Driver does manage to survive, but the Nexus won't. Yeah. Very, very convincing by the end of it.
Yeah.
And honestly, we've seen another